and welcome to my channel, Dark Ages of the Internet. I will be your host, Miss Dark. Please like, share, and subscribe, and even hit that subscribe button. Okay, this week I will be talking about how one might make a yearbook into a Dybbuk item. As you can see, I got this yearbook from a friend of mine, and along with a note, and I'll read to you that note. As you can see, this is tied with a piece of cloth. It's a yearbook, and it's been sealed with wax. So it's sealed closed all the way through. And she explained it to me in her note. I don't want to show you too much of the note, but I'll read it to you. And it says, I don't know if you remember me from high school, but we were in the same homeroom class. I have sent you my high school yearbook that I've made into a Dybbuk item. I did this because I was cursed by the book and can no longer bear the weight of the curse that I trapped inside the book. One night, my best friend and I were playing with the Ouija board to conjure up a demon. I was using the yearbook to connect with the people inside and to my boyfriend. I was also practicing black magic rituals, and I wanted to curse my ex-boyfriend for breaking up with me a month earlier. So first, we contacted a demon using the Ouija board and performed a ritual to curse my ex using blood sacrifice. Wow. At the end of the ritual, I felt really satisfied with myself, and I felt my boyfriend would get what he deserved. Wow, that's an intense start, huh? The next week, my ex called me out of the blue and told me he had made a mistake by breaking up with me and that he still loved me. He wanted to meet up with me for a weekend getaway to his family's cabin up north. I agreed. By this time, I had put the cursing ritual out of my mind. Whoa. And I comforted myself by affirming that I really didn't even believe in magic anyway. That Friday night, he stood me up. He never arrived at my parents' house like he had promised. I was devastated and cried myself to sleep, but that was only the beginning of my horror. The next day, my boyfriend's parents called me and told me he was in a coma and in the hospital. It seemed a semi had crashed into him at an intersection when he was on his way to pick me up on his motorcycle. I rushed to the hospital. I had to see him. I wanted to tell him I was sorry and ask for his forgiveness. All those tubes and medical equipment hooked up to his lifeless and pale as death body broke whatever piece of my heart I had left, and I wept at his bedside. What had I done? Wow. I returned home spent and hopeless. How could I have involved myself and my boyfriend in black magic? That night I had horrible nightmares, one right after another. I prayed for the darkness of deep sleep to take me away from my despair, but to no avail. In my dreams, I kept being attacked by a dark, menacing creature with glowing yellow eyes and a long black tongue floating above my bed, laughing at me. I told my best friend about my dreams. She was the one who had introduced me to magic. She told me that what I was experiencing sounded like the demon we had contacted had attached itself to me and my boyfriend, and that we should go and talk to her psychic to try and figure a way out. We went that afternoon, and the psychic confirmed my friend's worst fears about the demon. She said it wasn't too late for me and my boyfriend. She told me I should make the yearbook that I used to contact the demon with into a Dybbuk item, and she transcribed the ritual we should use to trap the demon inside the yearbook. My friend and I did exactly as she said and waited in anticipation for any improvement. My boyfriend woke up from the coma that week, but there was a catch. He had lost some of his memory. The last year of his life had been erased, and so had I. Although we had known each other for 5 years, it was only in the last year that we had fallen in love. The doctors don't know if he will ever regain his memory. So I found myself in the situation of having to start over with him. And I learned from his parents that he regretted breaking up with me as soon as he had done it, and that he was just waiting for me to cool off to get back with me. So I didn't even need to cast the ritual to get him back, and I shouldn't have cursed someone who loved me. I can't bear the guilt of what I did any longer. I don't know if my boyfriend and I will ever get back together now. So I'm sending you this yearbook and hope and pray you never open it and unleash the demon inside. So what do you think, guys? Is this a cursed item? Should I do an EVP on this item? Should I do a Ouija board seance? What do you guys think? Let me know.